Hi there, this is Carrie with Stamp with CT. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of July 2017 Stamp with CT to Go online class. This little piggy is the stamp set that we're using, and it is oh so cute. Okay. The second card that I have says this little piggy, and on the inside, loves you, with lots of little smooches. Before I start on the card, I did want to explain a little bit further masking. Here we've got the sentiment underneath this washi tape. You could also use a post-it note, or like I talked about in part 1, you can actually cut the sentiment from your stamps if you decide to do that. I prefer to use the washi tape. I just wanted to show you a little bit further. I'll use the archival black ink to ink up this little piggy. I do kind of like to bring the ink to the stamp when I'm using this mask. That's just the way that I like to do it. Or if it's a larger stamp, I'll do it that way. You're going to remove that washi tape so you can see there's no ink on the sentiment, so that when you stamp, you get just the piggy. I just wanted to make that a little bit more clear. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into card number 2. In your card kit, which again is in a Whisper White envelope this month, you will find your card base and then the inside panel, and I've gone ahead and already stamped the Loves You. And then you will have a Whisper White layer. And then this Designer Series paper is from the In Color pack for 2017 to 2019, and you could really use either side. Then you have one of our doilies, a little scrap of paper, and that's to stamp your sentiment, this little piggy. I'll show you what we'll do with that in just a minute. And this time we have a circle cut with the layering circles of watercolor paper. And you will see that this really is able to take a lot of water, and we're going to be using our aqua painter again to watercolor. Just set this aside. I've gone ahead and stamped our little piggy. And I did go ahead and grab a paper towel, gently squeeze the powder pink ink pad, and get my palette. And then we're going to start our watercoloring. This is a much lighter color, so I don't add as much water. Go ahead and mix that up a little bit, and we'll start painting him, watercoloring him. Whoops. Don't know why I keep calling him him. I guess it could be a girl, right? You can see this takes quite a bit of water. Another little tip for you: when you stamp with the archival ink, you want to give it some time to dry before you start your watercoloring so that it does not run at all. And I just kind of twist it and turn it. Fill in my piggy. And just to save a little time, I won't do all of the pig, but I will show you that I can then clean my brush of my aqua painter and move on to the next color. Next, I use some Old Olive, and you can use whatever green that you have on hand. Do the grass a little bit. Just add a little bit of color there. I'm not being super careful. I'm going to come in with some dirt here in a minute. Clean my brush again. A little bit of crumb cake for the ground. And what I did was kind of filled in the ground, and then I went back with some of the darker and just kind of put a little bit of kind of accents to give it a little bit of depth, make it look a little bit more realistic. It'll change a little bit as it dries too. Then we'll move on to the sky. And I do have soft sky for it. Again, this is a pretty light color, so don't add a lot of water. And you can do this however you like it. It's a lot of fun. It makes a super cute card. Okay, so you get the idea of using the aqua painter to color our Piggy. And I'll go ahead and bring in one that I've already colored and that's good and dry. Now you could certainly use your paper trimmer and make your sentiment perfectly straight. I just used my paper snips to cut out my sentiment. That seems to be really popular now, just kind of a rough cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I don't know if you've seen these yet, our mini dimensionals. I love them. They're so tiny and they are perfect for something like this. To add that little sentiment. Let me get one more. Can never use too many dimensionals, right? Go ahead and take the backings off of that. You guys find the backings all over your house? I do. That's okay. I love dimensionals. I actually found one time on Callie, my little grand pup, on her nose. Okay. So we are ready to put our card together. go ahead and adhere designer series paper. To our white layer. But I didn't get that perfectly straight. That's okay. It's kind of hard to do this on camera. Adhere the white layer to our card base. A little bit better that time. And then our doily. Come on now. And the snail's not wanting to cooperate. Place our doily, and I actually used Stampin' dimensionals to put the Piggy on. And I'm usually very generous with my dimensionals because as things go through the mail, they can get kind of smushed. I want to make sure that it stays attached. My little Piggy. Oops. And my little sentiment. And then all we need to do is finish up the inside. I used a little bit darker pink, the Flirty Flamingo, to add some kisses, some little smooches. And we can add that layer. This is a little bit hard to do on camera. I'm so sorry. I guess I'm used to getting right over the top of it when I put my layer on. Okay. Card number 2 is done. I'll bring back in my sample. I have not put my bow on, I just realized. These are the bitty bows. And there's several colors. These are the end colors for 2017-2019. And really, I use the powder pink, but I think any of the colors would look cute. Let's use Berry Burst on this one. They've already got the adhesive attached, which is nice. I can get the backing off. There we go. Super cute. Okay, be sure and join me for part 3. Thank you.